Alright, let's check some out, everybody. Let's run some Black Ops, maybe. Let's get this party started. See if we can fix all those settings, man. Try to make it so that we can play the Black Ops. See what we can do, man. Oh, man. What up, y'all? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, why did it change? Wait, where's my other webcam, homie? It's supposed to have... Why ain't it working, dog? There we go. There we go. We're back in business. Let's get this party started. Let's get this party started, man. Okay. So, looks like we got a lot to go over. Fidelity cast at 95. Oh, gonna be so much to go over, man. Let's see here. Okay, display. There's so many graphics, dude. There's so many graphics. Where is everything else? How do I even get to the settings, homie? Yo. Apathy. All right, let's see what he says.
Weapons. Today I'm going to give you guys the best settings for more FPS, better aim, better movement, better audio, you name it. Let's get into it. We have some new and cool secret settings you're going to want to stay for, but let's go and talk about things as quickly as possible. Display mode, full screen exclusive. Make sure your screen refresh rate is on the correct number. Display resolution is on the correct number. Then you want to go
Dude,
down.
what? Like none of that's even there. Screen refresh rate. Why is that locked? Why is that even locked? Screen extended window. What? Full screen exclusive. I don't even have that option, homie. Oh, Alt Enter. It won't even let me click that.
Here, usually my mode, full screen exclusive. Make sure your
Why can't I even select full screen exclusive?
screen refresh rate is on the correct number. Display resolution is on the correct number. Then you want to go down
Automatic.
here. Usually my brightness, I put it slightly higher than the default, which is 50. So right now I have it on 54 just because certain areas on the map is dark. Reflex, make sure this is on plus boost, but on is also fine. Make sure your V-Syncs are both off. This is definitely going to help to get more frame.
Off.
If you go
Optimal off. 10 minutes. Focus mode.
down here, focus mode on 0.
0. Okay, let's see here.
And HDR on off. Next,
Wait a second.
one is also fine. Make sure your V-Syncs are both off. This is definitely going to help to get more frames. And then if you go down here, focus mode on 0 and HDR on off. Next, quality, make sure it's on custom. Make sure your render resolution, again, is on the correct number. Dynamic resolution off. And then you're going to want to put on
Custom.
fidelity. Cast. Now, as soon as you put on Fidelity Cast, you can go to Show More, and you want to up the strength. This is going to make your game look so much sharper and clear. You can be like, wow, it makes a huge difference. I currently have 95, but usually between 85 to 95 is good because if you go to 100, it gets kind of sharp. My VRAM scale target's on 80. Make sure this is on, normal, low, off, low,
Low. Very low.
very low, on,
Bullet impact. Where's that at?
off, low, minimal. And again, trying to aim for better frames, better performance, while still maintaining some good quality. So a lot of these settings are going to be off or low or normal. Low, normal, off, off,
Shadow quality. Off. Off.
off, low, off, low, off, off, off. Next, let's go to the view tab. For FOV, I am on 107. Now, there's a theory that under 107 FOV, you get more aim assist. For some reason, when you go higher, it's going anything higher than 110 in multiplayer. So usually between like 95 to 107 is a pretty good spot. But I don't like being too zoomed in, so I plan on a higher FOV. Of course, affected is going to give you less visual recoil, and it's almost a must. Weapon field of view, it doesn't really matter why it makes your gun look smaller, but some people like narrow because it makes your like centering the screen bigger. So it just depends what you want. I like seeing my gun smaller and having like less on my screen, so I have it on wide. And of course, you're going to want to make sure your blurs are both off because this is going to distract you and it just hurts you more than it helps you. And for your first person camera movement, at least at 50%, so you have less visual shaking and recoiling on your screen. Next, let's talk about a very important aspect of this game because of the movement and everything. And obviously, we're going to be breaking down a lot of settings. Now, this obviously applies to even if your mouse and key because a lot of these settings do matter, especially when it comes to the movement and combat stuff. So I do have it on 7.7 currently. Most pros play on 6.6.1. I have it on 7.7, like 0.87, which is almost 6.88 combat stuff.
Where's he even at?
Next, let's talk about a very more than helps you. And for your first person camera movement, at least at 50%, so you have less visual shaking and recoiling on your screen. Next, let's talk about
Horizontal stick sensitivity. What? 1.4? When they change all this? All right, everybody, hold up. All right, everybody watching, my bad. We'll be back. We do got to take a baby break because I'm gonna be honest. I gotta. Yo, what up, White Revenge? My bad. I'll be back, buddy. I gotta reset the stream. I'm gonna keep it real. I gotta use a bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be back. I'll be back, everybody. I'll be back. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Wait, are we still live? I don't remember. Yeah, we are. I we wait. Why they change the controller stuff so much, man? Okay, best settings. Let's go here. Forever young, want to be forever young. Mhm. Ooh, I did not change it to Fortnite, did I?
Ladies and gentlemen, season 2 in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is finally out, and I have the best settings to help you with aim, movement, full screen exclusive. This is the number one way to get more frames. Obviously, make sure it's on the right display adapter. Make sure your screen refresh rate is on the right number. I have 240 354. Oh, I have it. Obviously, you want to again check, make sure it's on the right resolution, which is mine's a 1440p monitor. Make sure this is off. So for my upscale and sharpening, I do use Fidelity Cast, and this does hurt your frames a little bit, but it makes your game look so much off. So for my
The resolution at 100.
upscale and sharpening, I do use Fidelity Cast, and this does hurt your frames a little bit, but it makes your game look so much better. And have it all the way up to 90. Now, it does make a huge difference. In my opinion, it's usually worth it. I have this off, VRAM skill target 70, on, normal, low, off, low, very low, off, low, optimized, low. You think you understand a lot? This is to get more FPS was still maintaining good quality. Very low, off,
So
off, low, tessellation off, and off. Now, for the view, there's some important stuff to talk about. So, FOV, I do play on 103. Now, I highly recommend somewhere between 95 to 105 FOV. Why, you may ask? Usually, under 107 FOV, you get more aim assist. So, that's one thing to note. Two, in multiplayer, you kind of want to be more zoomed in because it's going to be easier to hit your targets. That's why you see a lot of pro players usually play around 100 FOV. So I'm currently on 103. I really do like it. I feel like it's not too zoomed out, but not too zoomed in either. And make sure your ADS field of view is unaffected. This is going to help you have a less recoil or less visual recoil. Weapon field of view wide. This doesn't really matter. It's third person. And this is going to help with, again, visual recoil, just visual in general. Make sure you have this off, weapon motion blur off, and then first person camera movement to 50%. It's going to reduce the shaking because basically if you have this all the way at 100%, the shaking on your screen is going to be annoying and it's going to distract you. And something I do have on right now, inverted flashbangs. When that flashbang hits you and your screen goes white, bro, I feel like it hurts in my eyes. So I turn this on. It basically instead of going white, it goes black. It kind of looks like your monitor turned off. But you'll be okay. Next, I want to break down a lot of the controller settings or mouse and keyboard settings because it's very important. So they actually changed the sensitivity, numbers recently. So I am playing on 1.6, 1.6. This is basically equivalent to 7.7 in this game. And I personally like it a lot. I feel like I'm able to still center really good and obviously snap on my targets. So this is something you can obviously mess around with. I really recommend somewhere between 1.5 to 1.7. If you're going higher than that or going lower than that, that's a good range to work with. Okay, so make sure to do that. I do have this on flip, so I have this on vibration. You always want to have it off. Off. Now, dead zone inputs. I have my dead zone inputs a lot different than maybe most of you guys. So my left stick automatically on 1, my left stick max on 65. Now, this is going to allow my movement to be super, super reactive. When I move my stick, it instantly slide, or I instantly move forward. And that's also good with like sliding, right? Because you
Yep.
gotta get that full attack. I can goes to 65% of the stick. I don't get to go all the way to the end, and it automatically goes to the full range. And then obviously my minimum is 1, so as soon as I move, it's already moving. So that's a good thing to do. Now, right stick, I don't recommend you have it higher than 5. If you have it higher than 5, you're gonna hurt your aim. So people have 10, 11, 15, like you are messing up your aim. 5 ish should be your highest, man. If it and even if you have a little stick drift on 5, like you can control it, man. Stick drift is like not the end of the world while you're playing. So I recommend 5 or lower. I usually like 3 or 4. I'm currently on 4 right now, and I just feel like you have more control of your aim. And then don't never set your right stick max. It's gonna hurt you more than it'll help you in most cases. Left trigger, right trigger, both on 0. Now, with me playing on 1.6, 1.6, if you go to your sensitivity multiplier, I do play on 0.95 ADS. So when I'm ADS, when I'm aimed out sight, view in most cases. Left trigger, right trigger, both on 0. Now, with me playing on 1.6, 1.6, if you go to your sensitivity multiplier, I do play on 0.95 ADS. So when I'm ADS, when I'm aimed out sight, my sense is a little bit slower, and that's going to help me hit those crazy shots and those lasers at range. And I personally like that more. You can try that out. And for target aim assist, of course, have this on, but let's go to the aiming advanced settings. So there's a couple things we want to talk about. This on instant, the transition timing from when you ADS and shoot. I used to have it on gradual, or I don't know if the game came, it started you on gradual. Instant just feels so much better, especially on this game. The movement is fast, mechanics are crazy, people are sliding back and forth. Gradual, unless you up your sense really high, I feel like gradual is so hard to like trace sometimes or like snap on 2 targets. Instant gets the job done. Obviously, aim response curve type, I do have this on dynamic. Now, I've played on all 3. Dynamic is just number 1. It's just the go-to. It's always been the go-to. It just feels the most consistent. That's why 90 to 95% of pros are using dynamic. It's just a no-brainer. Now let's talk about some movement stuff. I do play on tactical sprint assist on, which is basically like automatic tac sprint. I do have my sprint assist delay on 0. And sprint sideways, sprint backwards on. This is going to allow you to use that omni movement so much easier, right? You get that full sprint, full momentum right away. You can slide back, sideways, sprint, automatic attack sprint, sideways, backwards, really fast. It's awesome. You definitely want to be running that. Mantle assist off, crouch assist off, corner slice off. I used to have this on, but it kind of hurts you more than it helps you. It's a cool like looking effect, like leaning and stuff and all that, but it doesn't actually do anything in game, right? It doesn't really change. You're not actually leaning to your opponent, so it just kind of it's almost hurting you slash pointless. So have it off. Slide dive behavior. I am a slide only player. I've been a slide only player for a month plus now. I just feel like I would dive by accident and it will get me killed sometimes. I think diving is fun. Yes, it can help sometimes. I think there's some certain scenarios where diving is beneficial, especially in this game with the Omni moving and whatnot. But I definitely am sliding 90% of the time. I'm definitely utilizing a slide like I'm trying to utilize it to its full potential and not mess up and not like dead slide or not dive by accident. And there's some pros who are using slide only, and because it's like I don't know, I feel like it just feels better. If not, you can use hybrid if you want to dive as well. Okay, automatic airborne mantle on. Some people like this off. I currently have this on. Sprint restored and slide maintain sprint. Make sure to have these bells on. That's gonna help with your movement way more. Then want to go to movement advanced settings. There's a few things here. Auto door peak's pretty nice. Want to put that on. Tactical sprint activation, make sure it's on single tap sprint. Plunging underwater, make sure this is on free. And of course, sprinting door bash on. So there's nothing really more in the combat section. So let's now move on to the audio. So right now, I do have my master game volume on 100, gameplay music volume and cinematic music volume 0 because it helps you at all. It doesn't help you at all. Dialogue volume at 60 so you can hear your character calling stuff out, like Kill Streak inbound type stuff. Effects volume on 100. Effects obviously the most important, so you definitely want to have that blasting. That's currently what I'm rocking right now. And obviously, if you go down as well, I have it on Treyarch Mix. Sucker Punch is also a really good one if you want to like have it a little bit loud. Blasting. So that's currently what I'm rocking right now. And obviously, if you go down as well, I have it on Treyarch Mix. Sucker Punch is also a really good one if you want to like have it a little bit louder. Sucker Punch really gets the audio going. So I'd really recommend this one or Sucker Punch. Make sure this is off, 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 off. And then I have this one on, and I like it more. Oh, and I do have hit markers preset on classic. Hey, I don't know, it just hits different. I really do like it more. And there's also some important. And then I have this one on, and I like it more. Oh, and I do have hit markers preset on classic. Hey, I don't know, it just hits different. I really do like it more. And there's also some important things we want to talk about in the interface. So let's go right here. So if you want to see your FPS or anything in the top left, make sure you come over here and you can turn any of these on, like your pack of loss. Server latency, FPS counter. This is a really cool setting to have, especially obviously if you're on PC. There's some cool feature. You come over here and you can turn any of these on, like your packet loss, server latency, FPS counter. This is a really cool setting to have, especially obviously if you're on PC. Now, there's some cool things to talk about in this section. So first of all, let's talk about color customization. If you want your game to look more poppin', colorful, vibrant, this game, you guys know by default usually isn't the most brightest, the most colorful. So you want to do is go to filter two. You want to put both. You want to make sure default usually isn't the most brightest, the most colorful. So you want to do is go filter two. You want to put both. You want to make sure you put these both at 100. That's going to make your game pop. It's going to give it some more color, especially if you're on, even if you're not on PC or if you're on console, whatever it may be. So, and then you can also change the colors of you, your enemy, all the stuff. I've messed with it before, but like I don't really care for that anymore. And then you want to go to gameplay HUD. Now, there's some pretty cool HUD presets. You can use standard. I've used magnified before. It makes your mini map look so much bigger, which is kind of like easier to see. I would say those are the two best ones. Your HUD balance, you're gonna want to make sure it's all the way inside. You're gonna want to squeeze that bad boy in as much as you can. This is gonna allow you to have your mini map closer to your screen, so when you're playing, you can look at your mini map easier, which is the number one thing on the screen, other than obviously shooting the targets and playing the game. But minimap is so important, man. It gives you so much information, especially once you learn like how to use it more. Makes it a little bit bigger, which obviously is a plus. It's very good. Minimap rotation, make sure it's on, and that's going to be huge things for the minimaps. Now, also crosshair, I do like static. Someone told me to use it once, and I've been using it ever since. It just feels nice. And then you can have the center dot on as well. So you get the crosshair dot. I like larger. Large just looks just too big. And default is like kind of small. No, that's what she said. But larger just feels really, really like good and spot on. So this is kind of what you can obviously change the crosshair colors of the dot. I have mine currently on yellow. This makes it easier to see. And when I'm shooting my targets, another good one is teal. Um, very, very good color. And then obviously I have all this by default. So I broke down the best setting. That I can give you. And as always, I'm live on Twitch every single day, twitch.tv/Shapty. I would love for you to swing by, come say hi, and support the stream. Hope you
Alrighty then, we got all that done now. Let's see here. Let's see if we can actually run the game and not have any issues. Let's see here. Go. Are we good? See if we can run the game. Hopefully we can run it good. Black Ops 6, dog. Let's reset the stream real quick.